Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades, we do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join, it's for less than $9 a month. Information is available in the description below. In today's video, I'm going to be looking at MMTLP and I'm going to be asking the question, should we trust in Greg McCabe? Then I'm also going to be sharing with you another top ranked buy stock from the Discord, and also looking at some nuclear energy stocks that we called in the Discord, which are doing exceptionally well. So before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So first of all, headline here from Market Watch. The opinion is that uranium and utility stocks can soar even higher as the big tech sector is going nuclear. So again, significant stocks affected include Microsoft, Oracle, Amazon, Apple, Alphabet, etc. But if we look at the market here in terms of the heat map, we can see it was fairly mixed, but the good amounts of green, especially with Apple that had a tremendous day today. Amazon also did well, and Nvidia is still making good moves. In other news with regard to gold, again, gold is heading in excess of 2,700 now. I think it could reach the 3,000 figure within the next 12 months. But let's now move on to have a look at nuclear energy stocks. So these were shared 2 days ago in the Discord, where I stated in our live general and trading chat that nuclear energy stocks are spiking, inspired by Google's deal with small modular reactor. And if we have a look at basically another alert from the Discord, and that is from Reddit, where we stated here is the next big AI deal, nuclear energy. So let's have a look at some selection of nuclear energy stocks here, which again are going to need AI to reach their full potential. OKLO up 112%, LEU up 65%, SMR up 36%, UEC up 22%, and NNE, Nano Nuclear Energy, up 19%. So keep an eye out on nuclear energy stocks. So before I share details of one of the #1 ranked top buy stocks from the Discord, I'm going to give you a shout out here to our live trading channel, where I shared details about ticker symbol NUZE. We can see yesterday it was up in excess of 546%. So again, congratulations to one of the Discord members who made around about $25,000, but could have made much more. But it's always good to protect profits. So in our new channel and Discord called Top Ranked Stocks, we've been sharing DD and PDF files which you can download and use for your own research. So far the stocks that we shared include Tenant Healthcare, Shark Ninja, ANF. We also have shared details about Land's End, Smart Sheet, and Vertex, which is the stock that I'm going to be sharing with you right now. So go ahead and check these out. So once you join the Discord, you'll be able to download a copy of these PDF reports, research the company, and make your own decisions. So the first company I'm going to share with you here today is ticker symbol VERX, also known as Vertex. This is a strong buy #1 stock. It offers enterprise technology solutions for retail trade, wholesale trade and manufacturing industries, not only in the US but also internationally. So if we have a look at some of the additional information in terms of the share performance, this is a company that is obviously hitting a series of 52 weeks high. It's developing relative strength, a lot of buying pressure, and it's also top ranked, one of the top ranked companies in its sector. So again, in terms of the share price, doing exceptionally well. If we look at the earnings, again the earnings are showing again tremendous trends. There is significant improvements. It became publicly traded back in 2020 and initially reported shares of around about 15 cents and a surprise 15% surprise over the 13 cent share consensus estimate. So obviously there is a growing improvement in the financials, which I'm going to be sharing with you quickly. But before we do that, quick date for your diary. The next reported earnings are expected around about the 14th of November. So the news with regard to the company was also shared in the Discord, and that was they recently announced a startup of mobile refinery hydrocracker in conventional service. So again, link shared. So let's finally share with you some details about their financials. They have strong revenue growth and have moved to profitability. profitability. The balance sheet is also showing more healthy, is becoming more healthy with improving assets and cash growth. So if we see here revenue growth, the latest figure is showing us growth of 16.61% year on year. And we can also see here operating income just in excess of $9 million. So again, doing exceptionally well in terms of the balance sheet. Again, cash growth there is an exceptional 529.75%, and total assets now in excess of $1,024 million. So again, we're looking at in excess of $1 billion in cash. So check out tick symbol VERX. Let's now have a look at the question, should we trust in Greg McCabe to do the best thing for shareholders? So Scott has posed a number of questions, and he is questioning Greg McCabe. So let's have a look at what he stated. And he stated, first of all, here in his first post, he needs to come up with just in excess of 24.488 million shares of MMTLP in the hands of shareholders who really want to do battle in his new idea and finally get the share count. That's what he's proposing. If he has shareholders who sign on to get 15% of the total shares, backing an audit of the books, deals, leases, properties, etc. payouts, he thinks he can get to the bottom of things. So that's his ask. And once he has 15%, he's saying he's going to give 5 days notice to Greg McCabe, and it will be on the grounds of Texas inspecting other NXBridge hydrocarbon fields and doing quite a bit of actions. So I'm not sure exactly what he's going to be inspecting and doing in the fields, because I don't think he has an oil background, but I do see where he's coming from in terms of the share count. That is something that we do need. And he states here he doesn't take no for an answer. I think we all know the amount of determination and effort he has put in these filings so far. And he's talking about a potential allegation here against Greg McCabe, and that is somebody who made $58 million on MMTLP selling just before the halt. So that's based on information from the filings he's using. The $58 million is an estimate based on dates. It could be higher, it could be lower, and we don't actually know the exact figure. So I think that is speculation from Scott's point of view. So in his follow-up post, he's basically saying he's keeping the inquest going on shareholders who want to aid him in getting a number of, that can force all the books open in NXBridge, and then he's going to cut off on Sunday night. So as far as I'm aware, he's had a tremendous response. Many people have reached out to him. He may have actually got the numbers that he requires. However, whether they are genuine and legitimate, we don't know, because there could be people in there providing fake numbers. So that's up to Scott now to verify and check that. So that will be one of the red flags and concerns. And he states here he's realized that right now this is an idea to get strength in numbers to the next level, so we sideline the personality issues for the greater good. So again, speculation here that this could potentially move towards a class action, which I think many of the community are not in favor of for obvious reasons, and the main one being that the solicitors will get the lion's share, and I'm certainly not in favor of that. So let's have a look at a response here from John Berder, who has chipped in. He believes it's important now, and that is because he has been quiet for a time. We all know why he's been quiet, but what he stated here is he's been quiet, but he's had to chip in on this one. And he says many things can be true at the same time, and these are his opinions only. So the first point, number one, which I think is very important, and that is he has complete support of he is in complete support of Scott's lawsuit and has personally helped him with information. So I think that's important. As far as I'm concerned, I also believe that Scott's lawsuit could get us discovery. He's using a different angle. He's going after many of the nefarious actors, and I think he's definitely putting shivers down the spine of FINRA, the SEC, Gary Gensler and Ari Rubenstein, which I think is extremely important. I think the area of concern is potentially questioning the opinions and the intentions of Greg McCabe. But what John has stated here, he's in complete support of McCabe, and he believes that McCabe is working on behalf of shareholders. And I think the frustration is that McCabe has been silent. He's not a social media person, and people are seeing silence as not in action, and in other words, not doing anything. And John is trying to clarify this, and he states, when he says he is acutely aware of December the 9th, he's talking about Greg McCabe. So this is with reference to the TradeStation case, which Nextbridge Hydrocarbons have also used. And number 4, do you think there is a reason why the 202 against TradeStation, which is not a lawsuit, was dropped? ? So the question here is, I do. So the question here is, was there a deal? Was there an outcome? Was there something discussed? So I believe that we will be getting an update on this, because that's what John is hinting. So yes, he did sell shares. I'm not denying that. Scott is perfectly right to say that, and that figure may well be correct. We don't know, but it is speculative. It could even be higher, it could be lower, but we don't know. But the positive side, the thing that goes in favour of McCabe, is he proceeded to buy back from the note from MAT, lend the company money, i.e. Nextbridge, all the money it needed over the past 2 years to survive, and paid for all the drilling personally, so that Nextbridge would have a leg to stand on for all the shareholders. So the one thing I would like to add on to this is, it is not in the interest of any of the shareholders for Nextbridge to become bankrupt like Metamaterials. So that is the one thing that I think I give credit to Greg McCabe for. His intentions are to keep Nextbridge going and ensure it is a valid company, and it is continuing with the purpose of drilling, exploration, and the other directions he's talked about. So in his opinion, i.e. John Birders, he will not let down Nextbridge Hydrocarbons go down. It's too important, and he's looking to get this fixed for the shareholders. And then he goes on to say, the only way to get a share count of all the shares are the longs in broker dealers around the world is for Nextbridge Hydrocarbons to sue. So this is a strong statement, and start the discovery process, i.e. or for FINRA or the SEC as an alternative to give Congress that information. And I don't think Congress will get that information, so it could be down to Nextbridge. Let's see what happens. And with regard to TradeStation, he says it's most likely the starting point of a lawsuit. So I think the hint here may be that if TradeStation are not complying with Nextbridge Hydrocarbons, then the company may still pursue this. In other words, this may not be over. So they have admitted that's a problem, and hopefully, going back to Scott, he gets discovery. That will be eye-opening. That will benefit every single shareholder of MMTLP. Attacking McCabe is not the answer, and I agree with John on this. He's a dedicated person, 100% looking out for his shareholders, but the concern that shareholders have is Nextbridge Hydrocarbons is extremely silent. The social media presence is not good. Communication with the shareholders is not good, and that is certainly a weakness that I believe is valid from the company's point of view. They do need to improve that. So conclusion, he does want to encourage Scott to keep pursuing his efforts in the lawsuit. He and McCabe are pushing for the same results using different methods. So that's the conclusion. So I do agree with everything that John has stated. And finally, a response from Pocahontas, who stated, John Birders' post only strengthens her trust in McCabe and Nextbridge Hydrocarbons. The fact that McCabe has put so much of his personal funds to make sure the company survives over the previous 2 years, and if Nextbridge Hydrocarbons wants to go after the brokers, she's willing to donate, and believe that many others will, especially if we get discovery, especially if we get resolution. So finally, thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.